Would Leonardo da Vinci, if he was living in present day, sell his NFTs online? A man synonymous with Renaissance, a painter, scientist and visionary ahead of his and our time, is the author of Mona Lisa, a painting believed to be worth more than $850 million, would probably make a pretty penny selling his art online. But would he do that? My answer is absolutely not. End of the story. But please don't go anywhere, don't watch porn or whatever you wanted to watch. Stay with me just for a couple more minutes, because this story is much more complex than simple answer no. We're talking about one of the great visionaries, and is there anything more visionary than the blockchain? So why would Leonardo da Vinci not care to immerse himself in new technology? Well, this is a story about purpose of art, creation, our history, our complex economies, and our future. And this is Fabric of Life, a show where we try to merge art and science to answer humanity's most difficult questions. My name is Vladislav Radak, I'm a writer and mathematician, and maybe I'm the right person to answer this question because I spent the whole last summer shooting my documentary about Leonardo da Vinci that you can actually watch on this channel. I spent more than 6 months investigating and searching about this great Renaissance man, and I think I have answer on this very complicated question. Why Leonardo da Vinci wouldn't sell his art as NFTs online? I need to take you to Florence, Italy, to discuss this very question. Let me take you on an adventure.
Hello, Instagram.
Bad boy. I'm on a mission and I won't stop. No destination, but it's worth a shot.
But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click notification bell not to miss any further adventures, because one of the next weeks I'm taking you to Lisbon, Portugal, to discover one poet with 1,000 identities and 1,000 faces, and to learn something more about our own identities. But idea for this episode is not originally mine. You see, there was this previous episode when I was talking about metaverse and Facebook's metaverse and why it will fail or why it might never work, and one of you guys actually posted this question in comments of that video. Would Leonardo da Vinci sell his NFTs online if he was living today? And I was thinking, this is so brilliant that I answered this guy in the comment, Bryce, I think that your question is so brilliant, let me make an episode about that. And here we are. So if you think that you have one specific or amazing or really complicated questions that I might tackle, write it in comments down below and maybe your episode will be next.
NFT. What does one of them go for?
$1.2 million US.
$29 million.
$69.3 million.
Everyone's making so much money. Can you please explain what's an NFT?
And trust me, I know what is NFT, but as soon as I give you this explanation, a bunch of you are going to write in the comments that I don't really know the concept of NFT and that I'm a complete loser and I should kill myself, which I'm not going to do. But what I'm going to do is give you really simple, really brief explanation of NFTs, and I'm not going to go into technology and nitty-gritty because I want the broadest audience as possible to understand that, so we can have a little bit different conversation. Once again, you can find any complex and much more detailed explanation of NFTs anywhere online, including this platform. NFT stands for non-fungible token. And I know you're now even more confused than before. But to make it simple, I'm going to say that fungible basically means replaceable or not unique. I can explain you through like really simple example, but I need to dress better. Give me a second. Now, take a look at this dinner jacket. I like it. It looks perfect on me. It's really my size. The cuffs are right. It suits me nice. It feels great. There's only one problem with this dinner jacket, and that is not unique. It's actually store-bought, and if you go to the same store of this brand, I'm not going to advertise them, and if you ask for this exact size, you're probably going to have the same jacket as I do. That is fungible. It's actually replaceable, and if I destroy this jacket, I could just go to the same store, and if they have it in my size, I can easily grab a new one. But now take a look at this one. So this one, it's a crazy one. It's actually tailored by one really talented guy from Singapore. Don't ask me the price. It's actually exactly to my size and to my body measured. I actually chose the fabric out of the 1,000 fabrics, and it has this really nice silk undertone underneath. It has my name etched or knitted inside. It says Vladislav Radak, and this jacket is unique. And even if you go to the same tailor, he probably needs to measure your body. And even if you try to get the exact same result, this is the jacket that I promoted my books in, that I gave my lectures in. It smells a little bit like me. It has a couple of like small holes. It has also maybe some lipstick of some ladies around. So it's extremely unique. And if I get shot one day on a street while being super famous, this jacket probably can be sold for millions of dollars, especially if it has bloody hole on the left side. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to get shot. My mom and dad are watching this show. They're actually the only ones who watch this show. So you understand, this is non-fungible. It's not replaceable. If I, burn this jacket, it will be impossible to get same new one.
So, by the same measure, Einstein's original handwriting of his first theory of relativity is non-fungible. The 18th century Stradivarius violin sold for $15.9 million is non-fungible, and Mona Lisa is non-fungible.
Okay, you probably already understood that part. There are some objects, some pieces of art that are extremely valuable, and they're obviously unique, and their price is crazy high. But now my question is, what about digital art? We know that people can create something really beautiful and mesmerizing on their computer. But the problem is, you can easily copy it. Basically, all you need is a USB stick, and all of a sudden, his art can be copied on your USB stick and your computer and be identical.
Well, this is where the blockchain technology plays its part. A blockchain is a distributed database that is shared among the nodes of the computer network. As a database, a blockchain stores information electronically in digital format. Non-fungible tokens are cryptic assets on the blockchain with unique identification codes and metadata that distinguish them from each other. That means a vast and powerful computer network makes sure that anytime we know who is exact owner of the digital asset.
So here is a simple example with this very video that I'm shooting right now. Soon this episode will be uploaded on YouTube and available for everybody, and even if you're skilled a little bit, you can download it and distribute it even further. But to protect my rights or to create NFT out of this video, I can just take this SD card from that camera that I'm actually shooting on, and before I upload or do anything, I register my video as NFT on this like vast blockchain network of computers that are actually showing that I am the sole owner and, of this property, of this form of art. And no matter how this video is further distributed, all those computers are pointing at me as the rightful owner.
So one thing that differentiates digital art protected in the form of NFTs from classical physical art is the way we enjoy them. When you replicate digital art, it will look almost the same on my computer as it looks on yours. When you watch Mona Lisa on your computer monitor, it's not really the same thing as going to Louvre to see it.
So why would anyone pay $69 million for the collage that everybody else can see and enjoy on their computer? The answer is pretty simple. the bragging rights. Hey there, beautiful. Network of computers shows that I'm the sole owner of the people's most expensive artwork. It costs 69 million. You wanna have sex with me, maybe? But what about old man Leonardo? Well, we need to travel fast to Florence.
Hello, Instagram.
Leonardo da Vinci was many things. A painter, an architect, an engineer and theater producer. He was also gay, a legitimate son, and widely popular in Renaissance-era Italy. Today we use the term genius to describe everything from a pop star to a football player and even stand-up comedian, but he was different type of genius. From classical paintings like Mona Lisa and The Last Supper to the groundbreaking techniques of drawing flying machines, optics and perspective, he fused art and science to create the works that will become an integral part of humanity's story.
Being arrested a couple of times for being gay and never have been registered in official books as his father's son, Leonardo never wanted to live under the strict rules of the culture, which opened him many creative freedoms.
Instead, not being tied by laws and traditions, young Leonardo realized that his universe needed to be created by himself on the very edge of society, feeding and nurturing his passions and talents with like-minded people. A 19th century cultural historian Jacob Buckerhead described Renaissance Italy as golden age for bastards.
Leonardo da Vinci never cared where his creative work will end up. He left more than 7,200 sketches, notes and writings, many of them unsigned. This is one more reason to believe that he would not care registering every single of his works as NFTs. He would often leave some of his unfinished works to be completed by his students, proof that he didn't care about being a sole author of the work. His notebooks have been rightfully called the most astonishing testament to the powers of human observation, imagination ever set down on paper.
He was exceptional in his broad to-do lists. I wrote some of my favorites down. He said in his notes, the measurement of Milan and all of its suburbs, or find the master of arithmetic to show you how to square a triangle. Ask Benedetto Protorini what is the feeling of walking on ice in Flanders. Some of them are a little bit strange. Here it says, describe the tongue of a woodpecker. And some of them are purely weird. Go every Saturday to the hot bath where you will find naked men. Or inflate the lungs of the pig to see whether they increase in width and length or only in width.
Yet, the most important lesson I drew from his anti-materialistic tendencies, although successful and celebrated for life, he was not motivated by wealth or material possessions. In his notebooks, he described men who desire nothing but material riches are absolutely devoid of the desire for wisdom, which is the sustenance and truly dependable wealth of the mind.
This is one of the main reasons why I think Da Vinci would never sell his art as NFTs. As creator, inventor and artist, he would be definitely interested in blockchain technology, but his main purpose was to create uninterrupted. And he never cared about selling his art and material wealth. As about Mona Lisa, he never delivered it to the man who commissioned the painting.
Leonardo kept the painting until his death, refining it over the years. The Mona Lisa became a philosophical painting for Leonardo. It showcases his investigations and ideas. His knowledge about human anatomy and motion, his observations of the natural world, the effects of the atmosphere, distance and proportion are all brought together in this one painting. Upon his death, the Mona Lisa was inherited by his pupil and long-life lover, Salai.
Artists, scientists and thinkers like Leonardo da Vinci never really cared about material possessions and wealth. We have more and more proof that from Einstein to Dostoevsky, from Tesla to Mozart, they never really cared about owning their stuff. They wanted to create something that will enrich humanity on a much deeper level than money can. They wanted to create something perfect and much more alive inside us that will live much longer than our replaceable technologies will.